So here's the thing about ministry, okay? What does the church do? I mean, American churches, I know more about them than anywhere else, but let's say you find a church in America and you start going to church, and you one Sunday you feel convicted and you go forward and you say, I want to rededicate my life to the Lord, or I want to be saved, or I want to do this. What are they going to do? They're going to put you in a class for a few weeks, and as soon as you get out of that class, they're going to plug you into a ministry, okay? Why? Why do they plug you in? The same reason the Gideons made me the camp chaplain about 2 weeks after I joined. That was to ensure that I would keep coming back to their meetings, okay? And that's what the church does. That's what, religion does. They plug you into a ministry, okay? Well, see, so now how many times prior to them plugging you into a ministry is the mission of the church explained? I bet you if I ask 100 Christians, American Christians, what the mission of the church was, I'd be surprised if any of them could give me the right answer, what the primary mission of the church is supposed to be. I bet you, as a matter of fact, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go on my other Facebook site and I'm just going to say, what's the primary mission of the church? And I'm going to see what people say. Because the primary mission of the church is the final command of Jesus. We're responsible to make disciples all over the world, create multiplication, so everybody in the world knows who created it and what he sent his son to do and how they are to live, which includes sharing the gospel, baptizing the believers, and teaching them the commands of Jesus. And that means every single person in the church is, it's your responsibility. If somebody says, yes, I believe Jesus Christ is the Son of God and I want to be saved from my sins, it's your responsibility to go find some water and baptize them as fast as you can, okay? Not to get them to come to church somewhere and get baptized 3 months later. Because within that baptism, in that immersion, that's where the Holy Spirit comes into them. Now, why do you want to have a baby? Why do you want to create a believer and not give them the one life-giving force that will sustain them through infancy? The Holy Spirit. Okay? What happened after Jesus got baptized? They saw the Holy Spirit come down on him like it was a dove. Think about it, okay? But back to what the church does, they get you involved in ministry to keep you coming back, so you give money, you'll help with the work, and they're able to do their social work in the community, and maybe, send a missionary, and if you're really lucky, you get to go on a missions trip, go somewhere and minister to people's physical needs, and watch the missionary person that's sent out there to live preach the gospel, and a bunch of people get saved, and give them out Bibles and toys for the kids and all that kind of stuff. And not that that's necessarily bad, that's just not the primary mission of the church. And what happens is the ministry becomes so involving to everybody, and the number one reason it becomes that involving is because it provides instant gratification. Okay, because every time you hand a kid a toy, every time you deliver a turkey, every time you do anything or cook the Wednesday night meal for the church, so the church people can come and eat dinner there and go to service, and those things. Every time you do that, you are gratified. You feel like you're serving God because the people that run the church are telling you exactly that. Okay? So it's the same feeling you get when you go out and borrow the money to buy a new car. You're instantly gratified. So it feels good. It feels good to me. I've borrowed money, bought a lot of things, and it always felt, man, you just like, yeah. And when you help somebody, it's pretty much the same feeling. They say, yeah, I'll help them. Okay? And it's very appealing to a human being. And it makes it easier and easier and easier to forget the mission, because the mission does not provide instant gratification. The mission of multiplying and creating world-impacting, multiplying disciples takes time. It takes effort. It takes watching people fail. And it's under the radar. You want God to put you under the radar and not let you get a lot of attention. Start making disciples. He's not going to let the things of the world come in and interfere with you too much, because He knows you got it figured out. You heard it. You know it. And when He gets you to the point where nothing will stop you from doing it, that's when that, what they call the lo comes in. You know, that Matthew 28:20. And Jesus said, "Lo," or "Behold, I will be with you, even to the end of the age." That's when Jesus starts to work. See, so most of the getting over involved and consumed by ministry work buries the mission. The mission gets put on the back burner. The mission gets forgotten. I bet you there's untold church buildings, in this country that have not, where the mission has not been mentioned in a long time, because they're so busy staying afloat. And that's what putting ministry ahead of the mission does. So you don't want to do that. You want to do the mission first, and then the ministries will come out of the mission. And God Himself, Jesus, will be so directly involved with you because you actually agree with Him and are doing what He told you to do, that the ministries will be looked after quite well. Love you.